Everything you think you know about pain is wrong. You think pain is something to escape, something to numb with scrolling, sex, food, work, or one more motivational idiot telling you to stay positive. But pain isn't noise. Pain is a signal. It shows you exactly what is controlling you. Your desires, your cravings, your illusions, the relationship, the promotion, the body, the money, the applause, the person who finally texts back, "You are not as free as you think." Behind your plans, your goals, your self-improvement speeches, there is a blind force pushing you to chase, consume, compare, win, possess, and keep wanting. And every time you suffer, that force is showing its face. Once you see it, pain stops being punishment. It becomes brutal clarity. Arthur Schopenhauer was a German philosopher, famously pessimistic, gloriously unpleasant, and allergic to comforting bullshit. He looked at human life and said, "You are being driven." He called the driver the will, and what he found will make you look at your own suffering differently, permanently. Are you ready to rock? Let's rock that wisdom! Schopenhauer's first brutal idea is this. You think you are choosing everything, but most of the time, something is choosing through you. You want success. You want attention. You want sex. You want status. You want approval. You want the room to notice you. You want your ex to suffer just enough. Schopenhauer had a name for what's actually running underneath all of that. He called it the will, a blind, restless engine of wanting. And he said something about it that is almost impossible to argue with.
Man can do what he wills, but he cannot will what he wills.
Yeah, you can chase what you want, but did you choose wanting it? Did you choose the craving? Did you choose the insecurity? Did you choose the wound that makes one person's silence feel like the collapse of civilization? No, that shit appeared inside you, and suddenly you were obeying it. That's not a comfortable realization. Most people stop there and either spiral or scroll, but Schopenhauer doesn't stop there. He hands you something more useful than comfort. He hands you a lens. Here is how you use it. When pain appears, don't just sit there asking, "How do I stop this?" Do something sharper. Name the craving. Literally. Say, "I want approval. I want control. I want revenge. I want to be chosen. I want to feel superior. I want this person to prove I matter." That is the Schopenhauer move. You take the pain and you trace it back to the desire underneath it, because the will doesn't hide well when it's frustrated. Jealousy. Don't just say, "I'm jealous." Say, "I want to possess what I cannot control." Anxiety. Don't just say, "I'm anxious." Say, "I have decided I cannot survive losing this." That obsessive loop at 2 a.m., the one where you keep replaying what they said, don't just call it overthinking. Say, "I want reality to go back and give me a different answer." Now you have something useful, not comfort. A map. Because once you name the craving, you can ask the brutal second question. What is this desire trying to make me do? Text them, beg, buy something, prove yourself, stalk their profile, work yourself into the ground. That is where your freedom begins, not when the pain disappears, when you stop obeying it automatically. Pain is the dashboard light of the machine. Most people panic because the light is red. Schopenhauer teaches you to read it. Read the pain, name the craving, spot the command, then decide if you actually want to obey. That is how pain becomes useful. Not because it feels good, because it shows you where the leash is. But the machine has a favorite weapon: desire. Desire always makes the same promise. Just get this, and you will finally be okay. Just get the job. Just get the body. Just get the relationship. Just get the money. Just get the audience. Just become the new version of yourself who drinks green smoothies, wears better clothes, and mysteriously has no childhood damage. Then peace will arrive. Then your chest will stop buzzing. then you will become complete. Schopenhauer says, bullshit.
All willing springs from lack, from deficiency, and thus from suffering.
Desire begins with a wound. You feel something missing, so you chase. And while you chase, you suffer, because you do not have it yet. Then sometimes, you get it. And for a moment, yeah, it feels amazing. The raise hits. The person says yes. The mirror looks better. The audience claps. Your brain shoots fireworks like a drunk little monkey. And then, the target moves. The raise becomes normal. The body still has flaws. The relationship now has problems. The achievement becomes yesterday's news. The applause gets quieter. The hunger changes costume. This is why Schopenhauer is so dangerous. He does not just say desire hurts because you don't get what you want. He says desire hurts because even getting what you want does not end the machine. It feeds it. Read that again. Getting what you want does not end the machine. It feeds it, because the will was never trying to satisfy you. It was trying to perpetuate itself. Satisfaction is a threat to it, so it moves the target. Every time, automatically, without asking your permission. And modern life has built an entire industry on top of that mechanism. Every feed, every app, every notification is engineered around one whisper. You are almost enough. Almost, not yet. Keep going. That whisper is not motivation. That whisper is the will with a marketing budget. And you have been obeying it and calling it ambition. Sometimes it is ambition. Sometimes it is just panic wearing a LinkedIn profile. So what do you actually do with this? You stop treating every desire as a command from God. A desire appears. Fine. But you do not salute it like a soldier. You interrogate it like a criminal. What are you promising me? What pain are you trying to cover? What will happen after I get you? Will you actually free me? Or will you just hand me another leash? That does not mean wanting nothing. You are not a stone. It means stop being stupidly obedient to every craving that kicks open the door of your mind. Some desires deserve action. Some deserve to be left outside like a drunk ex at 2 a.m. The difference is whether the desire is pointing at something real or just dressing up an old wound in new clothes. Because the trap is not wanting. The trap is believing every desire is truth. But Schopenhauer's system gets even darker. Because what happens when desire actually succeeds? What happens when you finally get the pleasure, the comfort, the thing you wanted? A new monster walks in. Boredom. Schopenhauer has one of the most brutal lines in philosophy.
Life swings like a pendulum backward and forward between pain and boredom.
That is the human comedy. When you want something and cannot get it, you suffer. When you get it and the wanting stops, boredom appears. Pain on one side, boredom on the other, back and forth, like a cosmic slap in the face with excellent rhythm. This explains something modern people feel constantly but rarely name. Why does comfort often feel empty? Why can you have food, internet, entertainment, a bed, a phone, options, and still feel weirdly dead inside at 11:47 p.m, scrolling like your thumb is trying to dig a tunnel out of your soul? Because the will does not know peace. It only knows movement. When desire is blocked, it screams. When desire is satisfied, it gets bored. And bored means dangerous, because now it needs a new object. Another video, another snack, another notification, another tab, another purchase, another argument in your head where you finally destroy that person with the perfect sentence, 3 months too late. Doom scrolling is not just bad discipline. It is the will looking for a new object. Shopping is not just shopping. Sometimes it is boredom trying to wear new shoes. Constant entertainment is not just fun. Sometimes it is the fear of sitting alone with the emptiness underneath craving. Schopenhauer saw this before TikTok, before smartphones, before the dopamine economy turned human attention into a slaughterhouse. He understood that when humans are not suffering from lack, they suffer from meaningless abundance. Too much comfort does not fill the void. It reveals it. That is why boredom is useful. Not pleasant. Useful. Boredom exposes how addicted you are to being pulled. When nothing is pulling you, you feel naked. No drama, no hunger, no fantasy, no chase, no enemy. Just you. And suddenly, your mind starts manufacturing a problem because at least a problem gives it something to chew. Sit in that for a second. What you are feeling in that moment is not proof that your life is empty. It is withdrawal. You are detoxing from being dragged around by the machine. The machine that has been moving you since you were old enough to want things. And when it stops, when there is no notification, no goal, no crisis, no person to think about obsessively, the silence feels wrong. It feels wrong because you have been trained to need the pull. The discomfort of boredom is not the void speaking. It is the machine complaining that you stopped feeding it. So here is the advantage. When boredom appears, do not immediately kill it. Do not instantly reach for noise. Ask, what am I afraid will show up if I stop stimulating myself? What has trained me to need constant movement? And what would I actually want if the machine went quiet for long enough to find out? That third question is the one most people never reach, because they kill the boredom before it gets that deep. But boredom is not the enemy. Boredom is the waiting room outside your own mind. Most people sprint out of it the moment they arrive. The ones who stay, even briefly, find out something the machine does not want them to know. That, underneath the craving, underneath the noise, underneath the hunger, there is something that does not need to chase anything. Schopenhauer called that something the beginning of wisdom. And that brings us to the real payoff. Because pain, desire, and boredom all point to the same question. 3 faces, 1 machine. Where does it own you? Now, do not misunderstand this. Schopenhauer is not telling you to love pain like some motivational idiot screaming, "Pain is weakness leaving the body," while selling protein powder and emotional constipation. No, pain is not automatically noble. Pain is not automatically deep. Sometimes pain is just pain. Sometimes life kicks you in the teeth, and there is no poetic lesson with violin music behind it. But when pain is revealing something, Schopenhauer gives you a brutal tool to read it. Pain reveals attachment. Pain shows where the will has you by the throat. Jealousy shows what you worship. Anxiety shows what you think you cannot lose. Disappointment shows what fantasy you believe. Craving shows where you gave away your freedom. Humiliation shows where your identity depends on applause. Envy shows who you secretly made into a god. Heartbreak shows what you confused with salvation. Each one of those is a map, not of what happened to you, of what owns you. And once you have the map, you know what questions to ask, not the questions the machine wants you to ask. Not, how do I stop this feeling fast? Not, how do I get back what I lost? Not, how do I make the pain go away? These questions are the machine protecting itself. Ask the ones that actually cut. Instead of, why am I suffering? Ask, what illusion is being exposed? Instead of, how do I get rid of this feeling fast? Ask, what did I expect reality to give me? Instead of, I need this person, this status, this result, this pleasure. Ask, who am I when I do not get it? That last question is terrifying. Good, that is where the information is. Because the moment you can see the craving, you are not completely inside it. The moment you can name the leash, it loosens. Not magically, not instantly, but enough. Enough to not obey every emotional alarm like a trained dog. Enough to not sacrifice your dignity for approval. Enough to not confuse stimulation with meaning. Enough to not buy the useless thing. Enough to not send the pathetic text. That last one. Yeah, you know exactly which text. This is where Schopenhauer stops being a philosopher and becomes something more useful. Not a comfort, a lens. Because the machine is real. The will is real. The pendulum is real. And it will keep swinging whether you understand it or not. The difference is whether you are watching it or whether you are the pendulum. Seeing the machine does not stop it, but it changes your relationship to it. You do not have to believe every hunger. You do not have to chase every fantasy. You do not have to treat every craving like a sacred mission from the universe. Pain becomes information, not just punishment. So the next time something hurts, do not only run from it, study it. What did it reveal? What did it expose? What did it prove you were still attached to? Where did it show you that your freedom was borrowed? Because that is the savage gift Schopenhauer left behind. He does not comfort you. He strips the illusion. And sometimes that is more valuable than comfort. Comfort helps you sleep. Clarity helps you wake the hell up. At the beginning of this video, I told you, everything you think you know about pain is wrong. Here is what is true instead. Pain is not the enemy. Pain is the signal. Desire is not your guide. Desire is the machine talking. Boredom is not emptiness. Boredom is the machine exposed. And you are not the machine. You are the one who can learn to watch it. So, here is the brutal question Schopenhauer leaves you with. What pain in your life is not just hurting you, but showing you exactly what owns you? Are you ready to use it? Not worship it. Not romanticize it. Not post it as a dramatic quote over a black and white picture of a rainy window. Use it. Read the signal. Expose the craving. Name the illusion. See the machine. And do not obey it like a slave.